Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my Patreon. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Ethereum. We're going to be talking about its future and what I think is more likely to happen. I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research before investing money into crypto. So the market cap is sitting at $395 billion and the price is just below $3,300. Ethereum has been underperforming. A lot of layer ones and Bitcoin are outperforming Ethereum by a mile. So what is happening and why is this happening? So in my opinion, the number one reason for this is Solana. Solana is taking a lot of market share. Around 66% of all transactions happening on blockchains are happening on Solana. They're smoking Ethereum in terms of revenue. If we take a look first of all at the volume, look at the top 10 dexes. 4 of them are Solana dexes. Number 3 is Radium at $22 billion in this past 7 days, while Uniswap only did 20.8. Okay, and then you have below that, number 5, Orca, 7.5 billion, very bullish on Orca. And then below that we have Meteora at 8.28 billion. Below that we have Lifinity. I don't know what that is. Lifinity also doing 3.6 billion. And this is crazy. Shout out to Cetus doing 1.38 billion. I'm bullish on Cetus. But this just shows how much Solana has progressed. And if we go to the fees and revenues, this is on DeFi Llama, by the way. Look at Solana and its fees in the past. You could do 7 days or 30 days. So if we take a look at the past 30 days, it's $245 million. If we go all the way down to Ethereum here, it's $135 million. This is, this is showing something. This is showing something, and it's much cheaper to use Solana. Again, I'm not a Solana maxi. I don't own Solana. I wish I did. I was giving you the buying orders and buying levels at 8 to 12 bucks a few years ago, but I did not buy myself because I didn't want to be associated with a token that had so much affiliation with FTX. But of course, that turned out to be a bad decision, and sometimes we make bad decisions, so that's fine. But I'm just showing you why Ethereum is underperforming. We could also take a look at the chart of Ethereum against the dollar, and then we'll take a look at Ethereum against Bitcoin. So this is Ethereum against the dollar, and I do think we're going to have a breakout at some point here. It's very likely we're going to have a breakout. It's looking like it's going to happen within the next few months here. So the end of the triangle is going to be sometime in August 2025. So are we going to be in a sideways consolidation until August? I don't think so personally. We are very much compressed between the resistance and the support of the symmetrical triangle. And with the current market sentiment, it is possible we're going to see a pretty strong breakout for Ethereum. The first target I would be looking at, of course, would be $4,000. That's a pretty strong one that Ethereum can't really break through. And then after that, I would be looking at the all-time high. And I think a lot of people are going to start selling at the all-time high. But once we start creeping up to it, I do think we're going to break past it pretty easily. And then for the bull market top, I would be looking at $7,000 for Ethereum. I know a lot of people want to see higher numbers. I understand that. But with what I'm seeing in the markets and applying my conservative mindset to Ethereum, I think $7,000 is very doable. Of course, it's possible for anything to happen. We could get a $20,000 Ethereum by the end of the bull market. However, I want to be practical and I don't want to give you these big numbers so that you can just, hodl your bags until everything starts crashing and then you end up selling at a loss. That's not the goal of this Patreon or this channel. So we're trying to help everyone navigate through the markets and safely get out when it's time to get out. So another thing that I noticed here is we have a bearish divergence on the weekly. the price action is printing a higher high, while the RSI is printing a lower high. And this is a massive signal that could potentially cause a sell-off. Now, granted, we did have a correction from here of approximately 27%. Was this the effect of the bearish divergence? Possibly, but no one's saying we're out of the woods yet. We could, by all means, dump all the way down to the support of the large symmetrical triangle. So that would take us down to around $2,700 to $2,800. That's still a possibility. And again, no one says we can't have black swan events. Always keep that in mind. Now the stochastic is on its way to the downside. If we enter the oversold below the index of 20, that could be a good area to dollar cost average into Ethereum. But again, if you're holding Ethereum for the past few years and you didn't buy into Solana or Bitcoin, you were missing out in terms of the big boys plays. So you either sell your Ethereum here and move into something that's more bullish, like the AI sector that we cover a lot on our channel and Patreon, some gaming coins, or maybe some mid-cap layer ones, some safer coins in the top 20, top 30, if you want to maximize your ROI. But if you're okay with holding Ethereum and you are bullish on it and you have your targets that you think are going to be met, very likely to be met, then of course, by all means, you can continue hodling. There is no judging here, we're just trying to be objective. Now, the bearish cross that we're printing here on the MACD could signal a potential local top confirmation for Ethereum, and that means we could be headed down at least back to the 55 EMA, which is currently sitting at $2,964. That's the red EMA. So take a look at that, because the last time we had a bearish cross back in April 2024, that essentially confirmed our correction and we ended up going even lower from there. So have your buy limit orders ready and set to go if you're looking to pick up some Ethereum in case we have a correction. But this looks like a very good setup for a trade here. If you're willing to sell at the all-time high, let's say, you're potentially looking at around a 44-45% trade. And this is, again, if you're playing with big numbers, you could have a lot of profit. You could make a lot of money with that 45%. But if you're investing a few $1,000s, I would probably stick to something that could have more ROI. Now, this is the Ethereum against Bitcoin, and it's on the weekly, and it does not look very good, as you can see. So since the all-time high here or rather not the all-time high, but the high from the previous cycle in November 2021, we have been on a decline, and right now we're still down approximately 63%. We're coming back down to these lows from March 2021. So let's just add that level there, and this could potentially be a local bottom for us, or essentially a bottom for this cycle against Bitcoin, and from here Ethereum could start outperforming. Some people were suggesting that it's possible Ethereum is going to pick up steam towards the end of the bull market, which happened in the previous cycle. And I can see how they would think that because of previous data. However, I wouldn't necessarily take the previous cycle as a good point of reference, because we didn't have such a strong competitor like Solana. Yes, we had a lot of quote unquote Ethereum killers, but Solana as of right now is the one that has come the closest than everyone else, and they're doing a really good job at essentially smoking Ethereum in index volume and revenue. So we'll see if Ethereum can recover. The ETFs don't seem to even help out that much. And again, I'm not trying to make it a dire situation. It doesn't mean Ethereum is going to zero. It just means that Ethereum could potentially continue underperforming until the end of this bull market. Let me set up a Fibonacci here. I just want to see what's going on in terms of that. So we added a Fibonacci from the bottom in December 2019 all the way up to the top from January 2017. And in 2021, we only got we barely got to 0.09 Satoshi. The 786 fib was sitting at 0.094. And right now we're headed back down to the 0.236. So this could be your big reversal point if everything goes well. So this area here with this low from March 2021 and the Fibonacci level at the 0.236, that could be your bottom there for Ethereum. The RSI is very low. It looks like it's gearing up for a nice breakout on that chart against the dollar, and that would mean this would reverse if Bitcoin doesn't start pumping at the same time, because if Bitcoin pumps while Ethereum is pumping, then nothing really changes here, right? Because Ethereum has to start outperforming Bitcoin in terms of percentage. So if you think that's going to happen, then right now you have some lucrative buying opportunities for Ethereum. If you don't think that is going to happen, then feel free to go through our low caps, through the TAs that we do on YouTube, and see which coins are, in your opinion, more likely to outperform Ethereum. But that's going to be it for this video. Let me know if you agree with my thesis, and let me know if you're holding Ethereum after watching this video, or maybe you're rethinking and you're going to switch over to something else. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.